Hello everyone, SOB here. It's been about a month since the last video, I think, but it's been a bit busy for me. Been moving, been sick, and just had a lot of other fun things going on, so let's just jump into a few different things in this video. First off, I've had people asking, is this new bundle worth it? With the sale, I would say so. I bought it, but I had Zen left over from converting a bunch of lithium a few months back. And I think for what you're getting at that price point, it's a decent deal compared to most of the deals we get nowadays, especially that Muds bundle. That was what a ridiculous price that was. I think you're getting a lot out of the new Genesis bundle if you're interested in either of those ships. So definitely take a look at those, or take a look at that bundle if either of those ships interest you. Now, I'm going to just briefly go over the ships. I'm not going to go over all the stats and all that, because you guys can read the blog and get the details from that. But the big thing with the Oberth, I would say there's two big things. The trait, which is yet another EPG boosting trait, which is just what we need. Cryptic has the best development decisions here. So EPG boost from that, and then from this console, you get a clicky on it that over 20 seconds will drain your aux power in exchange for giving you a few different buffs, including a scaling torpedo weapon buff up to plus 400% bonus Cat 2 all damage for torpedo weapons. Now, that seems like it may be hard to actually utilize, but what I've already seen people discussing is just using team batteries. So I think you're going to see this console being used on pretty much any torp build that is going for records, and then you're just going to have the nanny or support players on the team just running team batteries of some sort. There's definitely like some team aux batteries that they can run that will probably significantly help the person going for a record if they're using this console, which I think anyone going for a record probably will be, given the numbers I've seen people getting out of it so far. Now, the other ship, where is it here? The trade on this one, I mean, this isn't the worst trade I've ever seen. It gives you a scaling boost to power levels, a scaling keel based on how many allies are around you. It's like I said, it's not the worst thing ever, but I don't think most people are going to slot this. If anyone slots this, it would be someone on a support build, and I don't think it would be a high-end support build. I think this would be something you'd probably be taking into pugs, maybe just to try and help the pugs stay alive, things like that. The console off of this, I don't expect this to do a ton, but I'm sure, I'm looking at it, it's got radiation boosts. This is something that'll probably do well on like EPG builds, so I really don't care about it. The Clark itself, I don't want to go over the stats too much, but this should be a fine torpedo build. Like, you can take that torp build I showed off a few months ago and just translate it over to this ship quite easily. You've got the room to do like an aux to bat or half aux to bat with a photonic officer, and you'd even get a grav well on this ship. So this will do fairly well. You'd put the lieutenant commander as attack and just run a torp setup on this, and you can do concentrate firepower 3 in the lieutenant commander slot, and then call emergency artillery in the commander. Do very well. But I think that's it for the ships. The rest of the bundle, if you buy both ships in the bundle, which if you're getting either ship, you may as well just get the bundle. It's a good deal. You're getting some uniforms, some weapons, this vanity device, and you also, on your initial claim, you will get 2 T6X upgrades and 2 fleet ship modules to just sweeten the deal. So if you're getting either of the ships, if either of them interest you, just buy the bundle. It's a good deal during this time where it's on sale also for, I think it's like $48 essentially. So it's not the worst deal ever. Now, the other big thing that's happened in the time that I've been out, well, I guess there's two big things. One is this Muds Market bundle. I know I'm a bit late to it, but my thoughts on this, and I did talk about this in the YouTube discussion um, post I had done. I think that if you wait for a 75% sale, which they usually do at some point near the end of the year, that this is a good deal. Like, realistically, if you were going for, say, the scout ship here, you were going to be paying probably $100 to $200 to get that ship regardless, and that would be for a single character before. And with this Muds bundle, you can get it account wide, much cheaper, of course. And same for a lot of these other ships. Like, if for me, if I were just purchasing the 3 out of 8 selection, I would go for the Kelvin Timeline starships, the Heavy Destroyer ship pack, and then the Vulcan scout ship there. Those would be the three to go for if you're wanting max value out of the pack during a sale. But if you wait for the 75% off sale, which has to happen at some point later this year, hopefully will happen, I should say, then I really don't think that this is the worst deal ever if you get all this for the 150. Though at the end of the day, that's still a lot of money for STO, and you have to determine yourself if you think it's worth putting that type of money in for a pack like this. So, last thing I'm going to go over here today is the Dil Exchange, and I'll spend a little bit of time talking about this. So, the Dil Exchange has hit its cap of 500 to 1. There's no more buy Zen offers that are available for you. But if you go to the sell Zen tab, you see that there's people selling their dilithium for 500 dilithium per Zen. And there is a massive backlog of what is basically $2,400 worth of Zen. So what this means is that if you have Zen and you want to buy dilithium, those orders will instantly fill. But if you have dilithium and you want to buy Zen, you are now placed into a queue essentially, where this is first come, first serve. So it may take you a few days until you actually get the Zen if you're trying to sell your dilithium. You just have to leave it up there and wait. Now, this has happened in other cryptic games, and when that happens, those queues can build up massively over time. It can take you, in some cases, I've heard of people waiting weeks or months to sell their dilithium or their version of dilithium in those games for Zen, and like those queues can really suck. Now, why is this happening? The reason is there's no dilithium sink to justify the value or to balance out with the demand for Zen right now. And it's been like this for a while. The last big Dil sinks we had were the Colony holding, and then the Phoenix prize packs. Those were the last two dilithium sinks that there really were. And the issue with the Phoenix prize packs is once people have upgraded their gear, the demand for those Phoenix prize packs massively goes down. And realistically, people only need to upgrade so much. People don't need to constantly upgrade a bunch of different gear. So people upgrade their stuff and then they no longer need those upgrades and they no longer need to buy Phoenix prize packs. And that's what's happening here. And the other thing is the Colony World Holding, a lot of fleets are finishing this, or they finished it a while back. So the demand for dilithium there is just gone. So you have nothing to really spend your dilithium on. They also removed, if I recall from what I'd read, they removed the ability to purchase some of the lower level was it gear or ships with dilithium. I'm gonna run over to the shipyard and check here. But that's also something for like newer players Oh no, they're still there for the lithium. I don't know what I was reading then. It's not much to lithium though. But there's just no good Dil sync right now, and it's something Cryptic has been needing to address for a while. This is not a new development. I mean, we've seen how the dilithium exchange was like hovering around the 490 to 500 range for what, like the last half year. Like you could have predicted this a year ago that this was going to happen. It was only a matter of time for something like this to happen. And you also that there's two different ways Cryptic can deal with this. Cryptic can nerf dilithium, like nerf mining dilithium, just nerf the ways to gain it, or they can come out with a dilithium sink, which the dilithium sink is what they really need to do here. Some significant addition to the Phoenix pack that makes people really want to go over there, or just something to drive dilithium demand. And I don't think another fleet holding would exactly do it. I think fleet holdings, I think a lot of people are mostly just done with fleet holdings at this point. People are tired of grinding out new ones. So I don't even know what to say exactly there, but Cryptic has to think of something, but they should have been thinking about something for this a while back. This is not something new. It didn't come out just suddenly. This is something that's been building up for years. And it's also why like you'll see people every now and then say they should make it so you can refine more than 8k dilithium a day, or you should be able to have like an account refinement limit so you could refine just like 50k a day if you have a ton of characters. If they ever did something like that where it was just such an easy way to refine that much dilithium, it would have made this happen sooner. There's a lot of people that don't understand the economics around it. I'm not really an economics person myself in that regard, but you have to understand that if you make it easier for people to get dilithium, you make this situation worse. And if you make it so people can instantly refine like 50k account wide a day, then you make this significantly worse. The current way where people have to work on those other characters and spend time on them, it does allow for people to refine even more a day, but the amount of people willing to do that is really slim compared to how many would be taking advantage of just having an account 50k limit because they have a character that has millions of unrefined Dil on it. If that makes any sense for y'all. So that's pretty much it for this video. I think I covered most of what I want to covered. Um, as for future content, I have a few things I still want to cover with STO, but to be perfectly honest, like I played a little bit there for a few months again, and it very quickly got burnt back out because really the stuff we're doing, like we're still doing ISE runs, HSE at the high end, and like the content has gone so easy you can solo it, as I've shown with other videos, and there's just not really a challenge. Like doing the DPS stuff just isn't hard anymore unless you're going for like a record. And even then, like those record runs, they can only happen a few days a week, and that stuff just gets boring after a while. You can only do the same thing so many times. But yeah, I've got a few videos I still want to get out there because I think that they would be valuable for the community. And as for that, after that, I don't know. I have no interest in doing a bunch of ship build videos because it's like the build I posted for the Delkina, like I said with that's a torp build that can be translated to basically any other torp platform. And it's like that for a lot of different build types. Like for a beam overload build, once you've seen one beam overload build, you've basically seen them all. And I don't really want to go down that route of videos again. And I'm not really enjoying the game enough to spend that much time in it. I might try uploading some content from the other games I play again, but in the past, those traditionally have not been that popular, but we'll just have to see. But that is it for today, so thank you all for stopping by and sticking around. I will see you all next time.